luck would have it, DB Chiefs, the Open Partnership podcast host. Phil, anything to say?
Not really. Chasing a moderate score.
Modest.
Stick that modest, moderate, whatever. Just got to take it. You never know what you're going to get with these, not really.
Yep.
I've been in the pub since 4, so I'm aware in it.
Moses.
Both on
What
it.
hits me?
And they hit you.
Podcast coordinator.
What?
Too bad.
I've got to talk while I'm batting.
Yeah, we'll talk it through, won't we? See what we can use.
Let's hope Wiggy's better with this microphone than every other one in the world. Anything to say, Adam, before we stroll out to the crease?
I would like to say that it's been my first time opening the batting for Squirrels.
Really?
And I'm expecting some... I mean, it's given me a boost of confidence that I've never had before against a competitive team. So let's get out there and see what's what. Apparently, I've got a light bat. I need to turn it on. Phil round, you come round. Back him up there, Ricky! Go on, Ricky boy! Come on, Pat. Chase on! Bowlers! Good lad!
Good stuff, Affy.
Runs. John T. Podcast.
Nothing to say at all, apart from lovely setting. Cheers, boys.
Not
Not
allergic here. No. Cheers. Oh well. Cheers, John T. Sadlocks, any words for the cameras for the podcast?
Not really, no.
Brilliant. See you soon. All the best.
We're going to get a bit.
As we get around them, I might give Jay White a call for some paving quotes.
Oh, 7896
Welcome to the EE voicemail. I'm
Believe
sorry,
it,
but the
we'll
person
check
you
back this
called
one,
is not available. Please leave your message after the tone. After you've finished your message, just hang up. Or to hear more options, please press 1.
Hello, Jason. It's Brian. I've seen your logo at the cricket, and I'd like a new driveway. Nice and flat, and really shiny. Can you give us a call back in morning? Thanks, Jason. Bye.
Speedy has a good innings tonight. He's right in the running for a Monday night podcast spot after his bowling performance.
I think his bowling was spectacular.
Wow.
At the moment, he's probably leading the way.
Shot, Brian.
His fielding was excellent.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
So it all does come down to batting figures, I think.
Yeah. Felix, we're doing a podcast. Come and have a chat. What's your thoughts on the game? Bowling debut tonight, Felix.
Could have done better, but it's like breaking the ceiling.
It is, yeah. Yeah, very much so.
I've done it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful ground.
I think you loosened up nicely.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
I think you'll get another bowl next week.
Yeah. Hope so.
Okay. Right, concentrate on the game. Right, see you. Don't get many Felixes at this level.
It's a pleasure to be up here and watch you play on a Thursday night.
Lovely stuff. Lucas.
No, Scamps. I thought you bowled very well tonight.
Cheers, mate. Oh, God, you didn't see that, did you?
Yeah, I did, mate. Yeah.
I got a whiff for the old Scampy in the air. I felt you bearing down on me.
I did shout you.
Someone cable tied my hands together.
You're on for the win tonight.
I think we're going to do it.
Yeah, I think it's looking good.
I think Speedy McDermott's going to bring us home. Oh, look at that.
I've never seen Taz before.
Oh,
It's a barbecue, isn't it? Taz get hit for 6 on his first one, was it?
Yeah, Nick smashed him for 6.
That was Kerr, yeah.
That's a lusty blow, isn't it? He's hitting it well. You having a sausage later? Pop it over. Bloody hell. Welcome to the pod. This is the view from the Squirrels bar just in Amman.
Hello. How are you doing?
What's been the big drink of choice?
Been Peroni tonight.
Peroni.
They've been all over it tonight.
Massive.
Can't get enough of it.
How much is it for a bag of pork scratchings?
$2.40. Outrageous. $2.40.
Fucking hell.
Unbelievable.
I think we have to leave it
Quality,
there.
though. Not happy about that.
Liz,
Get a big claw.
I've put it on the mortgage. See you soon. Bye.
Yeah, I got a bit, haven't we? It was easy with 11 on the pitch.
Well done, mate.
Sorry.
Damn, you smell like that.
I know. Still is.
Does it take up?
Let's get you riled up. Yeah. So. Let's get you riled up every time you go.
How many overs? How many overs we get? Good luck tomorrow.
One more on whatever it was then.
16, sorry.
22 black puddings.
Those 22 black puddings aren't Christmas out.
Tell us, absolutely. Tell us if we use
That's all right, actually.
Felix, you're officially the first barbecue of the squirrel season food trier, so congratulations.
Enjoy.
If you can let us know in 3 to 5 days how it's affected you, that'd be wonderful.
I thought we'd lost one of the hairy bikers, but
Not too bad, is it?
oh bloody hell. Sorry, a bit late. I've got to do the old updates on the laptop. It's growling at me. It just gets slow and slow, and I keep thinking I'll do that.
We don't need an orchestra, do we? How,
There's a joke there somewhere. Oh, God, hang on, let me just... Oh, no, it's actually. Here he is.
Samsung, connecting to audio. It's a well-known fact that he will never, ever be less than 3 minutes late for something.
It's usually me.
All right, Phil.
Hello, Philip.
Gone for the old mime. Doing the old mime tonight.
All right. I think this is a ruse now. I don't think there's any problems. This is just comedy genius.
I mean, the thing is, in the edit, it's gonna seem like it's not as long as it is. Here he is.
So yeah.
I mean, we can hear you.
Yeah, but what? So this new the situation.
Yeah.
So I've had to buy this to connect that into my tablet.
Right.
But then when I put that into, obviously, so that goes in the headphones bit. So when that goes, so I can't hear anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to work, is it?
No.
I was driving home today, just obviously prepping. I'll give you both a ring. I said to Phil, what's the technological update? Are you all right? Are you ready for tonight? And he said, his response was, I've had to build a microphone. Which I'm like, you are? And by build, he said to buy an adapter and plug it in. Now I'm going to say that's not building. That's like, you don't build a house and it's there and you just, lay the doormat.
There is some build you got to connect. I've had to screw those two things in.
Oh yeah, you're basically a technical engineer now.
You're that good a builder, you could play for DB Chiefs, son.
Got one of them as well with it. Come up with it.
What is it?
Oh yeah, you'd need that one. Be very tinny otherwise.
I was looking forward to using it, but it's just not meant to be, is it?
Welcome to the ThighPad Podcast. This is a podcast where 3 arguably handsome men talk about things around cricket. All 3 of them play for the social cricket team, AC Squirrels, CC. And this week, well, firstly, big news is that we're 2 for 2. We have played 2 and won 2. And the Second big news of the week was all three of us were involved in this game for the first time. For all those people who... Has he froze?
It's going well, isn't it? It's going well.
What happened?
I'm sorry, I've never seen you. I mean, we've all seen you look miserable, but I've never seen you freeze. That's better. You're frozen again, but that's a beautiful freeze frame. Oh, good Lord. All three of us were playing this week, and it was a good game. Agree? Disagree? Thoughts?
It was an absolute romping. I mean, the freight train that is AC Squirrels CC is, well, we're 2 stations in, and nothing's going to stop us.
We have felt pretty invincible so far. It has seemed that the first 2 teams have somewhat flopped over when faced with the might of AC Squirrels, which isn't something that we're always used to.
I'll go back to our predictions last week, for this game, and I think we all thought it was going to be, well, a couple of us thought it was going to be very tight.
1 wicket.
But I mean, we battered them, didn't we? And there was some controversy that we'll probably get to shortly. What do you think, Philip?
What were the predictions last week? I can't remember what we said.
I think Mo you had 1 wicket.
I had 1 wicket.
You had 2 wickets, Phil, and I had 5 wickets.
How did I?
Yeah, which is a segue into the jargon. So and the usual bat first for the Chiefs. I just confirmed that chappy earlier because I wasn't sure it was a non-toss arrangement. So we can get the barbecue ready. That's social cricket at its best.
That is excellent. Yeah, that was one of the points that I had. Well, I turned up. I got there earlier. I misjudged the traffic, so I got there at about 5:20. And me, Peter Jeffrey Walters, and Gareth Man of Mystery Foster were the first 3 people there from the team. Blind leading the blind.
Whoa. Someone was there.
Oh, no. I apologise. Sorry. Samsung SMX 200 was there before any of us, but he was out on the field prepping the hard and fast wicket. So I didn't even realise he was there for a long old time. And then I tried to make a joke because one of their blokes looks a bit like Martin Treen, and it fell flat when we finally did talk. But yeah, it's blind leading the blind. Since they've had the refurb of the clubhouse, we didn't know where chairs were. We didn't know where wickets were. There were 2 crates. Chappie didn't know how to work a lock. It was absolute carnage for... I mean, there were probably about 8 of us standing around those crates at one point.
What you're saying is we need more signage. Is that what you're saying?
I think a highlight for me earlier was Chappie just saying, does anyone else want to have a go with the lock? And to be honest, no one could do any more than you're doing, Chappie. You put
he started to doubt himself.
Yeah, but we got there in the end. We found some chairs, found some stumps, and we're ready to get going.
Yeah, I opened bowling along with Massey.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was fun.
Really,
I think I've realised that so far this season, my first over is very much a getting my eye in over.
Yeah.
And my second over is absolute wicket.
Golden.
AKA 1 wicket, where myself and Samsung SMX 200 combined to make... I'm going to say I've been involved in 2 wickets so far this season, and I've enjoyed both of them for different reasons. This one, lovely catch.
Unbelievable. And arguably, catch this season done. Game week 2. That's to be fair to Wiggy. I think he moved 3 yards in 20 overs and caught that, and that was all for that catch.
Yeah, I mean, obviously my bowling aside, my fielding positions between overs were 3 steps to the left and 3 steps to the right. Yeah, I think that first over getting you right, I think that's pretty consistent with most people. Obviously, the added pressure of that you only 2 overs as well.
Yeah.
So really, no, every ball does count, as they say. Yeah, it's always tough going first, isn't it? First up, it's always tough and also probably psychologically you're thinking, well, these potentially are probably some of the best batters in the team as well. Maybe not for cheap, but normally. So I think he did all right, man. Kept it respectable, got a wicket. Can't ask for more.
I mean, it should have been 2. Should have been 2. One flopped through Chappie's hands.
Oh yes.
Yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bizarre. Yeah, I thought he caught it.
I mean, it looked. I don't understand how. I mean, Chappie's hands. Good lord, they're like mattresses.
Yeah.
But it found its way through. How did you find your overs? Your bowling overs?
Oh, I was horrific. I got the yips massively. 20. I went for 21 off 2. It's really poor. Really poor. Over to you, Phil.
I'd say a bit like you, Will, mate. First over, yeah. Anything was coming out of hand, really. Who knows? Could have been 3 bounces, could have been full toss. Who knows? Second over, yeah, felt a bit more comfortable. But then I got a wicket, not LBW.
You did.
It was a tad high. The bat wasn't happy at all. But
I really enjoy seeing you claim somewhat comically for an LBW, and then me joining in.
Appeal, Adam, is the technical word. Appeal, because you're appealing. You're appealing to the umpire. You're saying, "How was that, Mr. Umpire? Was that potentially hitting the stumps if the batter was not there?"
And they said yes.
I did enjoy you moaning. I did enjoy having to go at Foz after and saying thanks for the support, Foz.
Yeah, I mean, I just think if you're a wicket keeper, I mean, I don't know if you've got any experience of keeping wicket at the time. I did it for a few games when I was younger, not very well, but did it. End of the day, if the ball hits the pad as a keeper, you've got to appeal. Surely
you shout no matter what.
Yeah, because obviously there's only 2 people in line who've got a real sort of indication of whether it's close or not. You just got to go with it, but it didn't matter in the end.
I enjoyed the shouting. And it got you your wicket. Their own umpire, so double. I think that's doubly sweet. Pre-game, I enjoyed. There's one thing I wanted to bring up, and that was Adam Massey shouting "Get off the square" to some young scallywags who were driving there or pushing their scooters across the middle of the pitch. And I thought at the time, and I think Wiggy, you might have actually said it. Someone definitely said, "I don't really know what the fuck a square is," and it's a fair point. It's a fair point. Could have been shouting anything at anybody at that point. You cannot assume, and I say this whenever anybody tries to put me in a fielding position, you cannot assume that people know what you are talking about.
No, unfortunately,
I didn't register it at all.
They just sort of carried on. Unfortunately, it was after I took the barrier. I took the barrier off away at night. So, but obviously, which is there for that purpose, to literally keep people off the square. Yeah, these hoodlums on scooters were not having any of it. But
probably from the retirement home, weren't they?
Massey, Massey gave a bit of his bit of shouting, and they scooted off.
This is beautiful. Look at this.
Always get as Neil McDermott said this weekend, he'll sponsor anything.
There he is. Okay. Come on, mate, you're on mute. Don't have to use a bloody laptop.
How are we?
Good.
I was just thinking, that first one you did you do it this late? The first the first pod, was it done at 8:30, 8:45? Because I was thinking, having a quiche at 8:45 any time of the year is absolutely mental.
Oh, it's insane. You got to keep the watershed in mind, but late quiche is madness.
That's late to be having a quiche and salad and some new tatties, isn't it?
No, it would have been. Yeah, it would have been sort of 10 to 8 to 10 past probably.
Okay.
That was
Just wanted to say, first time caller, long time listener, lads.
There's a few things. We want to give you the man of the match introduction and questions.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the introduction, which Phil is going to take control of professionally right now.
Okay, does that have to be about a match? Just be introducing Stuart as a person.
All good questions to ask during the podcast.
Yeah.
Just Stuart as a human.
Okay, well, as we, I think we're very lucky to have Stuart with us. Really, he's a man of few words. Likes to stay in the background of things. Usually just like to sit there and watch things happen. He doesn't like to be front and centre too much. But he's a crucial cog, and I've underlined this in my notes. Crucial cog in the running of the club. Provides great support to the club, both for sporting and business end. He makes a curry with vegetables so chunky he doesn't even chop. Did you know that?
No point.
And it's down to Stuart that I got a C in my GCSE maths instead of a predicted A. But I think we can all appreciate that he's a club legend, and I'll introduce the one and only Stuart McDermott.
Thank you. That's very nice, Phil. Very nice.
No, he wouldn't have got a C grade GCSE maths at 9 p.m. last night when he was trying to stop someone buying a stuffed ferret from behind a bar. I'll tell you that.
You weren't the story of it. That was a long drawn out. Yeah, it was a lovely family. Well, did the woman? So we've just got back from Louis' stag do. If you didn't know, me and Nick and his brother Bladesy we got into this pub and he just got obsessed with this dead ferret basically, and was just going, I want to effing buy it. I'll give you 20 quid, and it was like, I can't. I'll just work here. I can't do it. And then the landlady popped in, and he was just going, give you 20 quid. I was like, seriously, stop saying give her 20 quid. Give her a proper offer. He's like, give you 100 quid. And she's like, okay. And he's like, no, I don't want to give you 100 quid. I'll give you 20 quid. And it just went round like for 3 hours. This was for 3 hours. He just stopped and go, I want to buy that ferret. But yeah, you probably had to be there to really enjoy it.
Oh no, I enjoyed it. And I definitely wasn't there.
No.
Good weekend in general. Was the ferret the highlight?
I think it was just all pretty good. Victoria was like this random bar we walked into, old man's pub, and then went around the corner and it was just kicked off, didn't it? So had a few beers, had a bit of a dance, had a bit of a boogie.
Good weekend. Great cricketer.
Yeah, lovely fun. Lots of fun.
So you won man of the match for your incredible display this week. I think it was very, very clear, in my mind at least, a clear man of the match vote. What were your recollections about it? How did you find it? Talk us through your innings.
So I thought obviously I bowled well. Don't forget the bowling. Don't forget that part.
Bloody won't. It was a masterclass. I said it 3 times. You won't have heard me. I was right out by the boundary. I said masterclass 3 times over those 2 overs.
But yeah, no, bowled well. So I went for 3 off my 2. Of course, that was good. Obviously, took a catch off. Who was bowling that one? Massey, maybe. Yeah, Massey took a catch off.
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
So I got level on points with whoever I'm competing with for most catches, non-wicket keeper. So that was good. And then batting. Came in. Obviously, it's just so difficult against them because at any point they could bowl a good ball. You know what I mean? It's like you're facing yourself. They could bowl a good ball on the stumps at any point, and thankfully they didn't really. So I got a couple of 4s. I think I got 1 pirouette in. And I think did I come in on a 6? I think I did, didn't I? But not as big as I came in on a 6, didn't I? I got my 25 with a 6, didn't I?
Is that when he smashed it? Yeah, he broke the barbecue.
Oh no, I didn't. No, I did hit a 6 though. But that's 2 6s in 2 weeks. I don't think I've hit 2 in my career. So it's the bat I'm using. Thank you, Danny Carter, for lending me your bat. It's fantastic. But no, it was nice. Again, got to bat with some good batsmen. The thing is, I've been aiming to get to that level, but I keep getting my haircut. So the weight's there, but it's the fringe. I ain't got the fringe that we have. No, but honestly, it was enjoyable. Obviously, the season started really well. I think as a club, we're playing really well. We're bowling well, we're fielding well, and we're batting well. And it's all going downhill this week. So, again, good that I'm on this week before we play the Pensioners.
We'll come on to that.
Oh, God.
Okay, question 1, Stuart.
Yes.
When was your first game of cricket?
So I was thinking about this because obviously you did give me a bit of prep time. So I played at school at Rylands under Pete Austin, but it was all softball stuff. And you used to have to do, you went in as a 2. I think it was me and Spuddy used to play as a 2 normally. Second one's in, and if you got out, you lost 10 runs. And if not, you got whatever. So I did that. So that was my first day. So that had been about 92. I think I played my first men's game for Rylands Old Boys. Curve rang me up and said, he probably rang my parents' house on a landline and said, do you want to walk up to Rylands and play cricket? So I went up to Rylands and played cricket. Hit a 4 off my first ball with a straight drive. Like, didn't know what I was doing. And then got out third ball or something like that. They used to have an old... Did you play? None of you played for Rylands, did you, Phil? You were always Christmas.
No, I only went and merged with...
They had an old spinner. They had an old bald spinner. It was like, bloody lovely shot that, mate. Cheers. Like, I didn't really know what was going on. And then was out 2 balls later. Classic shit or burst. And then got back into it properly around 2006, I think it was, when I went to Gayton, which was down to Slinky. My brother worked in Fat Cats. Fat Cats sponsored Gayton. So he went to a game and then rang me the week after and was like, everyone's shit, which they weren't. They were most of them really good. He rang me and was like, do you want to play? And I think I got in at 8 a.m. or whatever from a Friday night out and just went, yeah, sound. So I got picked up, got drove over there, came out of the toilets, was sick, went to put my pads on because I was going in at 4, went to have a shit, and then someone come and knocked on a hut. It was in Preston, I think it was in Preston Hedges. They knocked on a hut door and were like, you're into bat. It was the first over. We lost. Andy Lord got a golden duck, diamond duck, first ball of the game. And then Simon Trustler got out, third ball. So I've just been being sick and going for a shit. And then I'm out to bat number 4, getting my first ever game. And just stood on my bat, and Cameron Waldron, if you ever know, and you know Cam, just went, just don't play any shots and don't get out. So I stood and faced off about 10 maidens. And then the first attacking shot I played, I got caught and bowled. It was the first time I swung my bat. I got caught and bowled. And then I dropped a catch in the last over for them as well to lose the game. So that was my first game back, and then I played a few there.
Would you class yourself as a batter, a bowler, or an all-rounder?
I think I'm not even a jack of all trades. I can do everything, not very well. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm a batsman. I'm definitely not a bowler. I like fielding. I've always liked fielding. I think you're quite involved if you're in the field, depending where you are. So I do like fielding, but I wouldn't say I'm a great fielder. If you've got 2 hands, you should be able to catch a ball. Really, no matter how hard it's been, you should. I think so, anyway.
Mate. Tell Chappie.
Right. I only needed 1 last week. So
I'd say I'm an all-rounder. I'd say.
All right.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah, I probably agree with that, sure, yeah.
I can flip up a Delft dog and get hit. If it's a good batsman, I'm getting smashed. If it's not a good batsman, they'll probably not. Because it's like the guy over South Northants. It takes so long to bloody get to you, no matter how good you are, unless you're really good. It takes so long to get to the other end. You can't really do anything unless you're good at cricket.
I think it's incredible. Yeah, it absolutely blows my mind. I love it.
Yeah. But yeah, so a bit of everything.
I mean, you might have answered this in your first question, but what's the best game of cricket you've ever played?
The best game of top.
You got to do well to top first one, by the sounds of it.
The first game is that Robbo next to me? Who's that next to me? That looks like Cluesy, actually. Cluesy. No, it's my favourite ever game. So again, I've got a couple, but the best game I think I've ever been involved in was Pete was captain of Gayton, maybe 2009 season. And we were struggling for players most weeks. And we went to Byfield away. I think we had 8 men. So 8 men in cricket, being 3 men light is quite a lot. You know, that's 5 lads bowling 10 overs each, and then having to go out and with a wicket keeper. I think Pete was wicket keeper, so again he would be knackered, and then there's 2 other blokes basically, which one of them was me. And they batted first, put on 200 odd, and then Cam and Pete, I think, put on 120 odd, and Barry, Vincent came in and got 30 odd. And then Schnorbs came in at the end with about 4 overs to go. I think we won with about 2 overs to spare with 8 men. It was absolutely. I think we chased down 220 maybe, which you don't do most weeks. And I had no involvement. I didn't bat. I was last to come in. I was 8th man to bat. Didn't get into bat, and didn't bowl. And I don't think I just fetched the ball from the boundary quite a lot. But it was like the fact that you can beat a team with 8 men, because cricket's not a sport where if you have one man too little or one man more, as we saw on Thursday, it has a big effect on the game. So that was fantastic. And then for the Squirrels, Empingham away, that first Empingham was obviously absolutely sublime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was a good game.
You couldn't, but again, that shouldn't have happened. Porco, he's cut 1 for 4 or edge 1 for 4, and then we've ran 3 2s, I think, in the second to last over, and then 2 2s in the last over. Like, absolutely fantastic. After I'd made him run out Pell, hadn't I, as well? I said, you just got to run. So he ran out Pell. So they're probably the 2 that stand out in 50 overs and 20 over games. Next.
Memorable matches there, Stuart.
Okay.
You
were one of them. Well, you did a 1-man pitch invasion, didn't you? That one.
Empingham, was it? Yeah. I was scoring at the time.
Oh, yeah. Correctly or wrongly?
Who knows? Who's your favourite ever cricketer?
Cricketer. So playing with Cam Waldron, I've never seen anyone bat like it. He's absolutely ridiculous. If he was in, he was getting 100. It was that sort of thing. Like if he inside 2 overs, you'd know if he was getting 100 that day. He was absolutely incredible. Had the biggest bat you've ever
seen.
Playing?
He's still knocking around, is he?
Well, again, after I got it, I went through. I tried to go back through the Gaten archives to find the details about the Byfield game, but Gaten stopped in 2020, I think. So I don't think, but he was playing that season and was still getting runs.
Where are the Gaten archives? Are they in like in the Church Abyss?
They're in the Snooty Dog in Birmingham. I was going through him yesterday. So Cam
Ferret stuff with them. Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
The best batsman ever, incredible. Best again, I'll give best bowler. Sean O'Brien was just like this little pocket rocket left armour, slingy. Just like if he was on that day, he was unbelievable. He was absolutely amazing. Took a 9 for over, or that 8 for over at Silverstone in 10 overs. It was absolutely like unplayable cricket. It was like when Broad had that one against Australia, where he had just everything he touched was a wicket. It was absolutely incredible. And then professionals, obviously Darren Goff.
Obviously.
Body double.
No, because it was, if you think of watching cricket, which is around in the mid-90s, he was the fun bloke, wasn't he? I mean, he was your chappie, wasn't he? So it was Goffey, and then obviously Ben Duckett.
Yeah,
body double.
No, I love it. I just think again the way he's gone from when he went to Bangladesh, didn't he? That Bangladesh tour and was just thrown under the bus, and then went away.
He threw the old pint, yeah.
Yeah, he pinted Jimmy Hansen, didn't he?
Yeah.
And they took him because he was a spin specialist, but it's just because he's aggressive. It's nothing to do with the fact he's a spin specialist. He just doesn't let him get into a rhythm. And then to have that knocked down and not play for 6 years, and then come back and you're now test opener for England, it's like that's absolutely incredible. And he's played for Northampton, and he's a 360 batsman like my good self. So I see a lot of him in me.
Favourite ever Squirrels player?
Mark George, without question.
Mark George.
Yeah, just love how he bats.
Can we just pause there for 1 second? Why so much surprise in your voice there, Phil?
He thought it'd be himself, I'm sure.
I didn't mean like that. I was just clarifying. I didn't quite hear it. Sorry,
why Mark George?
I just think he's just got everything.
Valid answer.
If you think he's still doing it, so he's 52, probably in the best shape he's ever been in since he's become a father. He's in cracking shape.
Yeah.
He epitomises what a squirrel's about. He's very selfless, but he's obviously what a batsman. Like,
yeah,
he's not a 2020 batsman. He's adapted his style, hasn't he? I think the last couple of years because he had a couple of tough innings pre and post COVID, and the fact that he still bowls on sixpence at 52, and he's a third change bowler. It's absolutely bloody fantastic. And again, he's just the epitome of what Skrills is about, isn't he? If I can get to be playing in 10 years' time myself, I'll be more than happy. But I don't think George will be playing at his 60s, but you'll have to wait and see. But no, he's your optimum squirrel for me.
He's like Joe Root as a batsman, honestly. He never goes mad, but he just keeps it ticking, doesn't he?
It's how late he plays that cut he plays. It is just like, I wish I could play that shot. There is not one chance in the world I could play. He can't play the pirouette though, so obviously there's two edges to this coin. Yeah. But the way he plays that, how late he waits to play that cut is just like, he's like Salt Bay cutting steak off a big lump of whatever it is. He's just like, and it cuts off. Oh, it's fantastic. So
that sentence might make the preview clip, Stu.
Is Salt Bay still going? I hear a lot much about him now, right?
Clarky is playing. I think he's playing Thursday actually, as it goes.
Is it?
I think so.
I can see Georgie playing at 62. Cricket in the blood, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. And again, obviously, because he organises so much, and obviously he's flipping PowerPoint presentations are second to none.
I mean, we do need him to carry on because obviously without him, we've got no fiction. So.
And we'll play that. We'll play Jabba's All Stars and DB Chiefs, I think, still. But that's it.
Favourite thing to shout out when fielding?
I've got a few, obviously. So obviously, get on with it. Is always a favourite because it can. When wouldn't it be? I used to have a thing at Gayton, and it was like I was superstitious. If we'd not had a wicket for say 3-4 overs, I'd say, let's get one in the timber yard, because it was something I'd heard someone else shout previously. And 1 week we did. The next ball, I think Barry Bazara took top of off stump out, and it was like, oh, I called that, bloody come on. So I'll do like, I don't think I'll do that for squirrels. I'll do like that. When we're batting, I normally one of my favourites is Unlucky Wiggy. That's quite a good one. After he's got out to a grunt ball again for the 6th week in a row. That's that. But just talking absolute rhubarb, obviously, it's kind of the whole reason we do it, isn't it, really?
I enjoyed your lovely swerve, AJ, from my bowling overs in the first game of the season. I enjoyed that a lot.
Well, I think, again, cricket, because, again, it's the same as I always go back to when Jacko played for the football team, which, again, short story, bloke came training, his name was Simon. I turned up drunk, so I went Simeon Jackson, Jacko, your name. His nickname was Jacko. And then about 10 weeks into the season, he was like, who's this Jacko person? It's like, it's you. He was like, why'd you call me Jacko? And I couldn't come up with a good enough story to justify it. You know what I mean? So it was like, why is he Jacko? Simeon Jackson. And it kind of went over everyone's head. But you can just say anything, and it can mean anything. Like, I was trying to say as many cheeses as possible whenever Limo touched the ball on Thursday. So I was just going, lovely feta cheese and lovely gorgonzola cheese.
There's quite a lot of radish chat.
Because obviously, you love a radish, don't you? Yeah, I mean,
you do. I enjoyed that being incorporated into your encouraging shouts.
But I think, again, that's the thing, because there's times where it's like, again, because we're not playing, even though you play every Thursday, like, we're not at a level where if you get smashed for a couple, your head's gone, you know what I mean? You're down, you're thinking, why the fuck have I turned up? So I don't want to bowl a second over or whatever else. So you need to keep everyone motivated, and it's almost like you've been hit for 3-4s, then you bowl the ball that the bloke misses, and you're like, oh yeah, great answer, really. He's not doing that. It's just he's just missed it at me 4 this time, unfortunately. But yeah, I like a bit of chat. You know, it keeps you involved in the game, doesn't it?
I mean, we had a good net yesterday, Stu, didn't we? We had a good net yesterday on the stag, ready for this week.
Okay. That's excellent, Stuart. We've got a couple of light-hearted questions just to finish off. What's your favourite air fry recipe?
Got a couple, obviously. Homemade fish and chips in it is absolutely incredible. So you do a breaded one, so you just chop up some. It's a Jamie Oliver recipe. Brown bread as your breadcrumbs, but you put some streaky bacon in there. A bit of olive oil, salt and pepper.
In the breadcrumbs?
So for the breadcrumbs, yeah.
Absolute flavour bomb.
And then you do the flour, eggs, and then put it through the bread. Absolutely incredible. And it takes about 12 minutes in the air fryer. And then you cut your own chips up as well and do them. Probably take 20.
Haddock.
Cod. Well, any white fish really is pretty good. But yeah, it's absolutely incredible. Like it's good in the oven, but in the oven it takes twice as long. That's the whole point of the air fryer, isn't it? So that's good.
Right.
I've started having a lot of Lauren don't like having loads of carbs apart from fish and chips, and whatever else at dinner time. But you put a tortilla wrap around the bowl. You put the bowl in the air fryer, so it's like a little cone, and you make like a little bowl, and then you just put your dinner in the bowl. So you have like a chili con carne, or we had fajitas tonight that way. So you don't have to have a whole fajita. You just have one wrap with a bit of rice and the fajita stuff in there, and you just put it in the bowl, and it's like a hard shell.
That sounds delicious, but there is an argument that it would be less carbs if you just had it in a bowl.
I understand that. No, again, that was the point when I was saying rather than having 3 wraps, you have 1 wrap. So it's that's the less carb side of things.
Got you.
And then, to be fair, roasted veg in an air fryer is. Have you got an air fryer, mate?
Yeah.
Of course you have. Yeah, roasted veg in there is just like unbelievable.
Isn't it?
No, I love the Harry Potter. God rest his soul. Was it Simon? Was it Simon King that went? We've got two of their books. Their food's fantastic. There's some of their recipes.
Cracking.
I don't know if they do an air fryer one yet though.
No, probably never will now.
Harry Biker, maybe they'll bring.
I bumped into Dave when leaving a restaurant in Bristol, and he was coming in, and we looked at each other, and very briefly it was as if we knew that somewhere down the line we were related. We just like had a little bit of a and then just moved on. No word was spoken, but there was a connection there.
Sometimes post-match we treat ourselves with a trip to the fish and chip shop.
Yeah.
And your choice is always battered sausage over jumbo sausage.
Yeah.
Just wondered if you could shed any light on your reasonings behind that.
Just better, isn't it? It's just better. And if you're ordering the food and organising it, you get what you want, don't you? Really. So.
Yeah.
I think.
Feisty.
So no, but I wouldn't have a sausage from a chippy ever. And because I don't like you there, I don't want to have a fish. Obviously, a fish cake's a waste of time.
Let me just note that down because I think we've got the title for this episode. Never have a sausage from a chippy ever.
No. And the batter. So again, I don't know if do you put vinegar on your batter if you have a battered sausage? Anyone? No.
No.
The acidicness on the batter makes it really, really tasty and really flavoursome, and it brings out the flavour of the sausage. It's how I feel.
Yeah.
So if we were there and it was sausage and chips and the chippy, I would just have chips. I wouldn't have the sausage. But if there's a battered sausage there, I would have the battered sausage. If that answers your question, which it kind of does.
I mean, I feel like it raises more questions, but I don't think we've got time.
No, I just think
does answer. Very good.
Yeah, I just think I wouldn't choose to have chips and sausage after a game. I wouldn't. It's not me.
What's he go to? What would be?
I think we should have pizzas. Personally, I know they're expensive. I think we should have pizzas. It's just kind of a bit because if you sat and had a pizza at home at Domino's, you'd have a whole pizza. But if you're at the cricket, you have 4 or 5 slices and be full.
Or a whole pizza
if you're vegan. Yeah. But no, I prefer to have pizzas personally.
Lovely. Do you want to hang around for the preview of this week's game?
Mate, I'm happy to do anything, mate. I've got nowhere to be.
Absolutely lovely stuff. Okay, so Rover Pensioners away. You've already said that you think this is going to be a tough one. Why?
I think they're just all good at cricket. I've only played them once. The one time we beat them was the game I played in. We beat them at home 2 seasons ago. Do you think was it? You might have the stats, Phil. I think it was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, I might have the stats.
You might. Was it last? It normally comes when we're on holiday. We normally play them, and we're normally away this week. The It's not Whitson's like when George is away, but we're away. So when we've played them, I've not been around really. And again, obviously, it's the away game. Oh, is it Old Scouts? It's just not a good pitch. It's not a good pitch. It's not a good environment.
Shit pitch, yeah, it's shiny.
Again, like, it's each one's got to have their home ground. You know what I mean? Like if you think we're so lucky with our home ground, you know what I mean? The pitches are always good.
Signage,
Facility.
a lot of signage.
But the right amount of signage, probably a little bit, not enough. It's
true. This was just a flag. And obviously you'll see this on the pod. There was a bit of a debacle pre-match because we couldn't find chairs and stumps. So arguably the signage isn't up to it.
Well,
so we
again,
take that on board.
I didn't know they'd moved the chairs. I didn't know that. Obviously, with the new containers, they're too far. Why would you put them in? Again, obviously, it's too far away, isn't it? The chair's too far away. But I presume what they're doing is they're renovating different spaces, aren't they, at the moment, and it'll go back somewhere a bit more practical. But to take them through the whole way, I presume they don't want people knocking the walls, do they, and ruining the paint. Anyway, Rover Pensioners, sorry. I think they're all good at cricket. I think that's the thing. They're all good at cricket, which means...
So last year, they batted first and got 125 for 2.
Yeah,
so that would back it up.
Yeah, 100, yeah.
2 wickets were got by Massey and Chappie, both with figures of 1 for 17.
Which is still pretty good.
Respectable with 125 end.
Yeah.
We had man of the match Nicholas Harding with his 25 not out. What do you remember? Do you remember anything about it, Nick?
Nothing. And when you put that in, I don't remember anything. But yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
It is a shame. It really is a shame.
I was racking my brains and I thought this is going to be really shit on the podcast because I got Emma and I don't remember anything. But we got battered. It means nothing, does it? Really?
I think again against them, obviously the one time I played again, they've got great batsmen, so it doesn't matter who you open with, they're going to get some runs each over. Which, if you think about Thursday's game, I think they were 26 off of maybe 7. And it's not like we'd had the best bowlers bowl every over by that point there, but like they were well behind the run rates. They had the two of the best bowlers have bowled, yeah, but they were well behind the run rates really early, which put them under a lot of pressure. But they never got going. Whereas Rover Pensioners, at no point are they going to be behind the run rate. They're going to be well up on it. And if they're chasing you, I think they'd chase down any score pretty much.
Yeah, we were really miserable men, aren't they? Really miserable men.
But I think them again.
I don't think they'll be watching this, so I think I can say that. But you know.
So the one time I played them, I think Nutty opened the bowl and then got hit for 24 for the first over, and they loved it. There was no like sorry mate, like I didn't mean to hit you for another 4 type thing, but they absolutely loved it without having any fun whilst doing it. It was just like another day at the office. And I think that's not why we play cricket, is it? We play to have a laugh, don't we? I think if it's not fun, when the fun starts,
we played shout at other teams for having 12 fielders. That's what we play for.
Oh, definitely. And again, I look forward to that this week as well. Hopefully, there'll be a lot of that, and they'll gracefully take someone off the pitch. Again, who's playing this week? I mean, are you available?
Are we all available?
No.
Yes.
I don't know why I said we all. I'm not available either. So you two are, aren't you?
You two, yeah.
Okay, I mean, it must be, that's 50 runs and 10 wickets guaranteed, so not for me. For Wiggy, maybe.
Announcement tomorrow, then maybe on the Sky Sports ticker.
Again, was it a team now? It was announced last Sunday, wasn't it? Last week, so obviously we're a bit behind, aren't we, with the team? But I just think again they're good at cricket. I don't think they have fun with it, so I don't think there's an enjoyable atmosphere on the pitch.
So one for the casual fans to stay away from, because we had quite a crowd this week.
Yeah, any away game, I'd say is not worth coming to, because it's just, it's not fun to get away games.
We've got a bit of momentum now. I think we've got a bit of momentum. I think we can do them.
Well, so we've got 100%. With me playing, we've got 100% record against them. So hopefully we maintain that this Thursday and get the win we deserve. But I think the knees are achy. You know, I think Massey's going to have to bowl 4. Chappie's going to have to bowl 4. I don't think Chappie's playing, actually. I think Chappie's unavailable, I think, this week.
Goodness.
He is. So I think me and Wiggy might be doing 4 each as well.
Can't believe how fresh you are off the back of a pint of Baileys at 10 p.m. last night.
It's just milky squash, Nick, as you very well know. It's just milky squash.
It's unbelievable.
Well, I did think again. I went back through my photos. So we went crazy golf for a second time. That was about 7:30, and we didn't get into 11:30. And I'm just like, well, what did we do for 4 hours? I went, oh yeah, we walked into a pub and Blades. He kept going, Schmoke, give me that ferret. I want to buy that for 3 hours. But the landlady lives in Kingsthorpe as well. I think her name was Jackie.
Megan.
And the girl who works behind the bar is called Megan, and she's from Little Billion.
It's a different world, huh?
Just random, isn't it, though? Going to a random pub in Birmingham on the way home to your hotel, and there's 2 people in there that live in Northampton.
Unbelievable.
Shout out to Megan anyway. Thank you, Megan. You said you'd watch the podcast, so hopefully it goes viral at Birmingham University.
I mean,
what was the pub called?
Snooty Dog, I think.
A Spotted Dog, I think.
Spotted, you sure?
Spotty Snoot.
Oh, is it Snooty?
I think it was.
I'll try and give him a follow on.
Yeah.
Fair dues for anybody that's made it to this point. God bless all of you. Thank you very much, Stuart McDermott, and thank you for watching the Thigh Pad podcast with me, Moses. Thank you, Nick.
Yes.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Mad Dog.
Thank you, Adam.
All the bitty best. Keep your peckers up.